Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Liz Glams. Thank you for watching today's video. Today's video is going to be about how to prep your skin, moisturize, tone, all of that. How to prep your skin for your makeup. You want your makeup to be nice and smooth and flawless. You want your skin to look nice and prepped, nice and glowy, radiant, and ready to go. I'm also going to show you how to do a basic beginner eyebrow tutorial. This is going to be very basic, very basic, very easy. Maybe a 10-minute brow and go. This is not going to be a full thing. I will finish the look. I'm not going to walk you through how I'm doing it. Skin and brows. That's all. I did wash my face already. Usually I use my Clarisonic, but I need to get a new brush, so I have not used the Clarisonic in a while. But today I used the Black African soap. It is that time of year where it's a little bit more colder outside. It's winter time, so my skin tends to be a little bit more drier when I use the African soap. So I definitely have to layer up on my moisturizer, my primer, my serums, all of that good stuff so that my skin doesn't dry out. I do have normal skin, so it's not oily, it's not dry, it's not overly anything. It's just very normal. But with the seasons changing, I do have to accommodate my skin by using a little bit more moisturizer. So today I'm going to show you what moisturizers I use, how I prep my skin before I do my makeup, and what to do. I usually start off using the Studio Moisture Max Studio Moisture Cream. This is a nice heavy moisturizer to use around this time of year. It's December, so I usually do like a little bit of that. You can use however much moisturizer you want to use, but just be careful because you don't want to use too much moisturizer and then your makeup starts to separate. Your skin does start to produce oil throughout the day, so you have to be cautious of what you put on before you use makeup on your skin because you don't want it to over accommodate and then your makeup starts to separate. So I'm using about this much moisturizer. I'm going to put it on all over. For people who have more drier skin, you want to hit the areas that are going to be more dry. So around the forehead, around the cheeks area. People who have oily skin, you're definitely going to use a lighter moisturizer if you have more oily skin. For oily, just use it lightly all over. You still need moisturizer if you are oily. You do still need to moisturize your skin. So I found this at Marshall's, so I'm not exactly sure like where I could get more of it from. I'm going to try to replenish it at Marshall's. I love this stuff. Obviously, that's why I use it sparingly because I don't know if I go back to Marshall's if I'm going to find it. I bought this in the summertime. I just wanted like a bedtime serum right after I wash my face in the shower, and I just, you know, I need something to put on at night. So I was looking for like a nice serum, and this has served me well. People who have oily skin will probably love this because it is very lightweight. It's very light. It gives you a nice, healthy, radiant glow. So it has a dropper. In order to have great makeup, you have to have great skin. Your skin is more important than your makeup ultimately, but makeup looks pretty, but you want your skin to be nice and prepped. Lastly, I like to use the Bare With Me, the NYX Bare With Me. I use this as a primer. I use this as a refresher throughout the day when I just need, my skin just needs like a little bit of a refreshment. This has really good hydration, so I do use this sometimes before bed in addition to my serum. That's pretty much what I do for my skincare routine. I cleanse, moisturize, tone, hydrate, and go. Let's get started. So just starting out, make sure you brush your brows up. You want to see the true shape of your brow. Use like a spoolie brush. You can use a mascara wand. Also, don't mind my eyelashes. I already know y'all probably looking at me crazy like, what's going on with her eyelashes? They need to be filled, but I don't want to get them filled because I want a new set, so I'm letting them all fall out. So for beginners, I would recommend using a pencil. A pencil will probably be the easiest just to start off with. Now for me, I like to use pomade. I like to use a pencil. For today's video, this is just for beginners, basic beginner brows. So I'm going to use a pencil. This is the Velux Brow Pencil in Deep Dark Brunette by MAC. So it does come with a spoolie already. And it comes with your pencil. Mine needs to be sharpened, but whatever. Start in the middle of the brow. You want to start like at the arch because that is like the highest point of the brow. And typically that's where you apply the most product. So you'll be the most heaviest there. Now I do recommend when you're doing your brows, use very light short strokes, almost like you are like sketching, almost like you're drawing. Use very light, soft strokes. You don't want to overdo it. Don't overdo it. Just be it's a lot easier to fix your mistake if it's like a light mistake versus if you're actually like going in and you know it's a lot of product, you know. So just be very light-handed, be patient, start to fill in, and just feel. You want to almost like sketch where your natural brow is. Use your spoolie to kind of blend the product through. And after you do a couple strokes, make sure you kind of like take a step back, look at the brow, like look into your mirror, like, and tilt your head down so that you can see like the shape. Make sure you're not going over and above your natural hairs. For your natural brow, you just want to fill in where you have hair. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want it to look too unnatural and too forced. So just fill in where you already have hairs at. Light, soft, short strokes. Do a couple strokes, take a step back, blend it. Now notice how with my brow, I am not going all the way. I'm not going all the way right here. You don't need to do that. Oh, these lashes. Bear with me, okay? You don't want to go all the way to the beginning of the brow. Why? Because it's not natural. You don't have hair all the way there. It's very, very faint, very light hair. So what I recommend to give the illusion that it's like that faded type of look, you want to stop filling in right here. Maybe like a half of an inch before the beginning of the start of the brow. You just want to stop. Don't overthink it, don't overdraw it. Just fill in where you already have hair. It looks good. Move on to the next brow. Very short, light-handed strokes. Now obviously you're not, if you're a beginner, this is not something that's just going to come to you. You have to practice. You're not going to get it. You're not going to watch this video and then know how to do brows like that. Like, that's just not how it works. Look, always use your other brow, the first brow that you fill in, use that as your guide when filling in your other brow so that you can see like, okay, is it too thick? Is it too long? Is it too full? Make sure you look down. See, I kind of see that this brow is slightly higher, so I'm just going to go over and just use this spoolie to, you know, erase it. And the same is on this side. I'm going to stop filling in right about right here. So for me, this is good for me. This is a very nice, natural, basic brow. I don't need to do any more filling in. And if I do, I'll do it after I shape the brows with the concealer. So for that, I'm going to recommend using a angle brush with concealer. For a basic beginner brow, I recommend you use your natural shade. Just because you want it to look very natural, you want it to look like it's your natural brow. You don't want all the attention to your face to go just to your brows. And if you use a lighter shade, the attention will just be on your brows. And it's harder to blend it out if you're not wearing any other makeup. If you're just doing your brows, nothing else, just focusing on skin and brows like I am in this video, then all of the attention will go to your brows if you use a shade that's too light for your skin. A lot of people will just use, you know, your natural skin. It's a lot easier to blend out, looks better. You can also use your foundation shade. Foundation is a lot easier to blend out around the brows, but it doesn't give like that sculpted look. So if you want that real defined look, I would recommend concealer. You can use foundation or concealer, whatever is at your convenience. But make sure it blends and make sure it looks seamless. That is the goal when it comes to perfect brows. Make sure it looks seamless. You don't want to be able to see that you have like concealer going on. Like, that's not cute. Okay, so for today's concealer, I'm going to use the Tarte Creaseless Concealer. I love this concealer. My shade is deep. So I'm going to take my angle brush. I'm going to use ever so slightly, just a little bit of concealer, right? And you want to take the brush And you want to get as close as below the brow as you possibly can without going into the brow. So go right below your brow. You want to kind of go over, right over where the hair is. And you want to begin to outline your brow in its shape. Once you've outlined it, you then want to go in and just kind of pull that concealer down. Just pull it down so that you can start to blend it into your skin. You want to get as close as you can to your brow without going into the brow. So right below, almost like you're getting your brows done, you know, where they put the wax right below your brow to kind of like give you the shape that you want and take away the excess hair. You want to basically go over top of those hairs. So with the brush flat against your skin, you want to start to pull the product down. That way you can begin to start to blend it in. So that's how it will kind of look when you're in the process of blending it. You then want to take a blending brush, something like this, and you want to go right where you put that concealer and make sure you blend it in. When in doubt, blend it in. Blend. Blending is your friend. You don't want to see the concealer, so you want to blend it as much as possible. Especially around here, that needs to be blended. That's not cute. Blend that. And be patient. Be patient when you're blending. Just be patient, keep blending. You don't want to see any hard lines. Just blend it. Now, when it comes to putting concealer above your brow, use a very light hand. Use a very little product. Because when you go to blend it out, you don't want that hard line to be right there. You don't want that line. So that's not cute. Again, that's going to show, it's going to show up very hard in your pictures. And if you're not wearing any other makeup, then all of the attention is going to go straight to your brows. And you don't want that. You want it to look very natural, very seamless. So use a very light product when you're doing it right above your brows. Alright, so I'm going to do the next brow. Same thing. A little bit of concealer on the brush. I'm going to do the same thing in this brow. I'm going to go right below the brow, but not on the brow. Take a step back. Look at this brow. This is your brow. This is your guide brow. And then take a look at this brow. Go through, blend it out. And blend it out. Now, after you blend out your brows, you can always go back and fill in where it's needed. Basic beginner brow. Hi, eyebrows. If you want to finish out the look, you can. Just do your makeup however you want it to. But I hope that you learned something from today's video on how to do your brows. Very basic, very easy, maybe 10 minutes. If you're still having trouble with how to do your brows or what to use, make sure that you comment in the comments so that I can help you some way, somehow. I am going to finish out the look and I will be back. That's all for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching again, and I hope to see you in my next video. Please subscribe, like, and comment if you have any other feedback for me. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video.